Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Valeen also again. If you're seeing me for the first time, hello, hi. I know I have a host. Is he host or you are my co-host? You're my guest.
The guest star.
So I have a guest today and you guys already know him. Like he's a friend to the channel. He's like the most popular guy on this channel. Thank God for Johnny Mercies. So we have Tobena of Fodile on today's episode. So he's going to be talking to us about how you can travel to Nigeria during COVID restrictions, the do's, the don'ts, everything, the requirements, everything. And as well, he's going to be talking about how you can travel from Nigeria back to the United States of America during COVID, all the restrictions, all the do's and don'ts, and everything like that as well. So before we start, Toby, please kindly introduce yourself to our new members and, somebody that's just seeing you for the first time.
Hello, everyone. My name is Tobena of Fodile, as Valeen rightly said, and I'm a friend to the channel. I really don't know how to introduce. Well, yes. Other than that, I'm a materials engineer. I work for Honda Manufacturing of Alabama. I live in Alabama. Valeen abandoned us. Went to Texas. We're still vexing with that. But we'll get over it with time. That's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I like the fact that you included where you work because I didn't want to say that at first. Because we're going to have you another time to just talk about some other things. So guys, keep ensure that you are subscribed to this channel so that you can hear more about jobs, advice, student advice, and someone from engineering or anything in life and all of that. So let's move on. So this is your time. This is your moment. How is it like? What is it like traveling right now to Nigeria, given the pandemic on ground? What is it like? Over to you.
Well, traveling to Nigeria has always been a drag because it's always split into two journeys. You always have to pass through somewhere else to get back home. And that can extend the time from regular 14 hours to like a 2-day trip, which I don't know. But during the pandemic, it became a little more difficult because almost all the countries that you have to pass through to get to Nigeria had a requirement for COVID testing before. Well, there's a time frame, but like always before. Some states, some countries requested 42 hours. Some countries are like 72 hours. The difference was not much, but you just had to do it like at least 2 days before you got on a plane to go back. So I went back to Nigeria this past December. I went back, not past December, I went back January, 1st of January.
I remember because you're on the plane, you were chatting with us.
I left on the 31st of December and then I landed on the 1st. So the trip was January, it wasn't like December. So the first thing you need to know is that Nigeria has a requirement for a COVID test before you go in, and it has to be negative. You also have to quarantine for 7 days and then take in another COVID test on your 7th day after arrival. And that test has to be negative for you to leave quarantine and start doing what you want to do. Otherwise, you're meant to stay in quarantine. That isn't always the case, as you have come to realize. But there are some countries that strictly enforce it and put like ankle monitors on here and all that. Nigeria is not one of those countries. I'm talking about Nigeria. So you go to the website of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, which is ncdc.gov.ng. This is the website. This is the homepage for the International Travel Portal. So it's actually nitp.ncdc.gov.ng. That is where you need to go.
Okay.
And not ncdc, don't quote me outside. But you go here and then you click on get permit to travel. You put in your passport number, your nationality, and your arrival date, and then you print it out. But this will be the last thing you will do. Let's start from the beginning. In the beginning, God said there was light.
You know, it was the same thing that made you feel that sentence game. Remember when you
Through
said,
God, all things are
all things are
possible.
possible.
They say one word, I say the whole sentence.
Yes, Bible boy. Oh, God.
Okay. So first of all, at the homepage, it gives you everything you need already. If you're arriving, you click on arriving. If you're departing, you click on departing. There's a whole process for leaving Nigeria, but for getting in, this is what you need to do. You select the country you're departing from. I'm in the States, so I'm going to use United States. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. United States. Then you select the state of departure. I'm in Alabama, so I'll put Alabama. Birmingham International Airport. Airline, we're going to use Delta just because.
Yeah, just because.
Just because.
Just because.
So when you get to the website, there will be a form for you to fill out. You put in your name, your passport number, your country of residence, your country of departure, your country of transit, your country of arrival. You put in your address, your phone number, your email. You also put in the flight you're going to be on, your date of birth, and your arrival date and your arrival location.
So it means before you do this, you definitely must have, booked your flight.
Yes, you must have booked your flight. You must have done your COVID test, because those are the two most important things you need to do before you can fill this form. If you haven't done a COVID test, the last part of this form will be very difficult for you, because you need to fill it before you open it. That way it will move smoothly. You can obviously fill it and then come back and finish up later. But I don't even know if this website has that feature. I feel like every time you come back, you have to start
all over again.
Yes. So after you're done with your personal information, you move over to the countries you've visited in the last 21 days. I'm assuming most of us would have been in that country we're leaving from. You type in the address of your destination in Nigeria and where you'll be staying for the next 21 days. You put in an emergency contact, someone that either already is in Nigeria or that's your next of kin, someone that can receive information on your behalf. Then you need to confirm that you have not been in contact with anybody that has fever, difficulty breathing, any of the regular symptoms of COVID, and then you yourself do not have any of those symptoms. Then if you have any medications, you declare it. If you don't need to. And then the final part of this form is the most important part, the COVID test. So, as I mentioned earlier, before you fill this form, you should have had a COVID test. For Nigeria, it is 96 hours. 96 hours is roughly 4 days.
Yeah.
4 days. So 4 days before you arrive in Nigeria, you must have a negative COVID test result. However, if you are transiting through France or the UK, these are the two I know about. If you go through any other country, I've never heard of them. I don't know about their requirements. But if you're going through France or the UK, it's 48 hours before you arrive in the country. So you want to take your test. The sweet spot for taking your test is the day before you board the plane, because most testing sites will give you your test results in 24 hours. However, if you're doing the free one, your results will come out in 5 days. I promise you, 5 days. And that result will not be valid for even Nigeria. So
how much then does it cost for the one that is not free?
I was getting to that. So how many were we that took the COVID test last time? We're 4. and it cost us $180
Per person?
total.
Okay.
No, it was per person.
Per person. Okay.
This is the problem. I didn't pay for it, so I don't remember, but I know that that was a price. But there are definitely different price ranges. Some places might charge you $50. I know some people that have done COVID tests for $50, but the place where we went, we wanted it fast track, so we paid an extra fee, and that's why it was expensive.
Okay.
We went the day before we traveled, and we got our results at the airport. They didn't waste any time. There's a lab called Life Hope Labs. If you're in Georgia, they are really good. They're fairly affordable. Life Hope. They were the ones that did our test when we were leaving. They're in Buckhead. If you know where that is, I will put some extra descriptions down below.
You're getting in the game, man. What happens after you're done filling this form?
So when you're done filling this form, after you've put in your test dates, your test results, test country, and the lab name, you also have to upload a PDF format of a PDF file of the results to prove that you're not lying to them for some strange reason. And then you need to pay a fee. Now, the fee that you'll be paying will be for your COVID test in Nigeria. They have a few official testing sites in a couple of states, not in all 36 states, just a couple of them. For example, in the East, we only have Enugu and Imo. Oh, we have Enugu, Imo, Ebonyi, and Abia, but no Anambra. You see?
So that's 39,500.
Yes, I was getting to that.
Diagnostic and laboratory services.
The funny thing about that is that Everright is in Onitsha. They updated this list, and now Everright Diagnostic Laboratory Services has listed their second office in Anambra, which is in Onitsha. When I was traveling, they only listed their first office in Enugu, so I had to travel to Enugu to do my test. Every state has at least one testing site. It may be far away from where you are, it may be close to you. My hopes are that it's close to you. Or you pick the ones closest to you. For example, I stay in Oka, and Enugu is a shorter drive than going to Onitsha. So it was easier for us to go to Enugu and do it than Onitsha. Also, we didn't know about the Onitsha office back then, so there's that. There is a fee that is 39,500 that can be paid in Naira or dollars. It's $104 if you decide to pay in dollars. When you click to pay, it takes you to a portal where you put in your card details, and then you'll be sent a temporary code that you use to confirm your payment. Once you have paid, then you'll be emailed a PDF file that should look something like this. So you get a permit to travel that has your name on it, your passport number, everything, where you'll be staying, your departure and arrival airports. And then it has this barcode that they're going to scan at your port of arrival. So it's important. If you have paid, at the bottom of your PDF file, you're going to see paid. If you haven't paid, you see unpaid, and then you can pay in Nigeria when you arrive. So they also have that
option.
God bless. I don't know why that skipped my mind. That option. When you're done with that, so when you're done with paying and everything, then and the PDF, then you can travel. When you have filled out the form, paid the money and everything, you need 3 documents handy to get on the plane. The first being your passport, the second being your ticket, and the third being your COVID test. So now the COVID test is not even for Nigeria, it's for your country of transit. and they will check it while they're checking you in, and they'll check it once again before you board. After you board, when you land in your country of transit, your COVID test will be checked once again. And then when you depart from there, when you land in Nigeria, your COVID test will be checked for the last time. But then that's when they also have to scan the PDF barcode that I showed you earlier. And once that's over and you go through the regular Nigerian hassle, because there must be fights, honestly. You cannot enter Nigeria without fights. But there must be. It's usually either immigration disturbs you or, but other than that, it's a smooth entry. You get your luggage and you get it to the country. 7 days later, you have to report to the lab that you selected in that PDF and get your test. The test typically takes about 5 days to come out. So it will not be valid if you're going through transit. You have to take another test. So there is a lab in Lagos. The name of the lab though is Cleaner Lancet Laboratories Limited. I will also include that in the comments, in the description video.
I mean, guys, for all this stress, for all these things that Toby is doing, if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please, he's doing it. He'll put it in the description. So,
Cleaner Lancet Laboratories is a really nice clinic in Lagos. It's in Victoria Island, I think, and they charge 50,000 for their test. So you're going to be paying 10,000 more than the normal test, but it comes out in 24 hours. I was very impressed. They were really quick. We got it at the airport as we're about to leave as well. And the US now requires you, as from January 26th, it was now a requirement for you to have a negative COVID test before coming into the country. Before that, actually, you didn't need anyone. So we actually traveled without showing anybody our COVID test, but we had one. But from the 26th, it became a requirement. So definitely you'll be asked at the airport. I don't know that process, but I do know that there is a form you have to fill on the ncdc website. On the ncdc website. So I'll be showing you that shortly.